I think I done bopped like 3-4 today in a row. I'm going hard. But look, you know what it is over here. It's that ETM. It's that strange shit. It's that shit nobody don't want to talk about. And right now, we doing a reaction to my homegirl Perky, and she gonna give us some joints, man. This is this felt all from the beginning. Perky, go look her up, run her up. She doing her numbers. She come with that good fire, and you getting ready to see. So, I don't want you to do nothing right now, except for watch the video. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just check it out with an open mind. Because over here, there's no boundaries. Over here, there's no, it can't happen. All things are possible over here. We just don't know. You dig? So let's get into it. Oh, try
Jones
me.
for the video.
This is the reason why I stay my out of the deep sea. I don't do cruises no more, and if it's not a bathtub or a pool, I'm not getting in it. I've seen a video where a woman said a blue whale is the same size as a 737 Boeing jet. You heard what I just said? I go down a rabbit hole and I find out that the blue whale is the biggest whale in the world. Saying that this whale can grow to be 110 feet long and weigh up to 165 tons. And people want to talk about let's go on a cruise. You got something swimming underwater the size of 3 school buses. 3 large school buses. Do you have any idea what 165 tons is? Look at this shit right here. 165 tons is basically 330,000 pounds. Come on, man. Nah. And this is what makes the ocean so scary. The ocean is right here on Earth, and it's still the most unexplored place here. People say they go to space, but they never say they explore the ocean. Do you know what's down there in that ocean? You got shit like this that's down there in that ocean. And then they say blue whales are peaceful. What about when they're not peaceful? What about if they ever feel like, you know what? I don't feel like being peaceful today. I don't want to find out.
Thank you, Jay Miller, for the videos.
All right, yeah, we gonna talk about the, like I did that on the last one, bro. I don't like going too far out in the water, cause I can't drink that much, and I know I can't swim that far. And eventually I'm gonna get tired, motherfucker, and it's over. So we don't play with the water, man. I ain't got no gills, I ain't got no fins, I don't play with the water.
Norwegian don't eat the produce Norwegian salmon because it's poisonous.
It's poisonous.
So
like they have lice.
And they will give you like cured every second day.
Yeah.
Cured lice.
White lice. Eat the whitefish, no salmon.
Yeah. No, I never eat it. I never
no.
So it looks like Elon is about to become.
Wait a minute, we're not just gonna run past that. 2 elites. Now, when you know, we all are fully aware when we are discussing elites on this channel of whom we are speaking. All right. So the elites are telling people not to eat salmon. The elites who are chowing down on babies is telling us salmon is bad. Okay.
Become a trillionaire because he just made a major move. Because he just filed this ticker for an IPO for SpaceX to become public. Now, in this SEC filings, he had to disclose all of SpaceX holdings, in which I found something pretty interesting. SpaceX actually holds over 18,000 Bitcoin at an average cost price at $35,000, which puts it about $1.4 billion right now. But it gets even wilder, you guys. Anthropic, who actually owns Claude AI, has just agreed to pay SpaceX $1.25 billion per month for the next 3 years. Now, this deal includes compute capacity for the AI model for training, infrastructure, demand, and this whole entire deal is worth $45 billion. Now, speaking of the SEC and Bitcoin, Why do I feel like this is part of a bigger play? Because they just announced they're about to allow blockchain-based tokenized stock trading. In short, what tokenization is, real-world assets like real estate and stocks will be broken up in a fractionalized manner and represented on blockchain. Which also means all the big boys like Apple, Tesla, Amazon, SpaceX will all be traded on DeFi platforms. Remember that new system I kept telling you guys about? This is it. Now, wasn't it funny? While we were all distracted with those billionaires that followed Trump to China, this was happening at the same time. The Clarity Act just passed the Senate Banking Committee, which gives crypto and blockchain regulatory clarity for this entire new system. Are we starting to see a trend yet? I mean, why else would BlackRock be hiring for high-paying crypto jobs that pay up to $350,000 per position? States here, Director for Digital Asset Legal Counsel, Associate for Digital Infrastructure Private Equity, but it's all a coincidence, right? Right? Don't think so, because right after the Clarity Act, this happened. Kevin Walsh just became the new Fed chair, who is also pro-crypto and even holds crypto himself. Now, what does all this mean? This means a brand new economy is emerging with blockchain, crypto, AI, all working together in an ecosystem. And I'm actually doing a class on this next week for all this stuff so you won't get left behind. And I may or may not be working on a brand new platform to work in tandem with this whole system, but for updates, get into my school program. And let me know what you guys think about all this down below.
Stop obsessing over things you cannot control. Stop obsessing over things that are materialistic and vain. Start obsessing over faithfulness. Start obsessing over obedience. Start obsessing over the health of your heart. Start obsessing over the health of your home. Start obsessing over the health of your ministry. Learn to put your head down and just be faithful with whatever is given you.
Tesla died alone in a...
He was talking in that, he was cooking in that, and I hope some of y'all picked up what he was putting down. Real G shit.
New York hotel room in January 1943, fella. Within hours, the FBI was in that room. His papers were seized, classified, some still are. The real question is what they were so urgent to find.
That's not how you treat a forgotten eccentric. Giggity. That's how you treat someone who knew something.
Peter, Tesla was brilliant, but he made claims he never delivered on. Wardenclyffe, death ray. He was known for overpromising.
He was known for delivering first. Cleveland, AC electricity, radio, the induction motor. All of it worked. J.P. Morgan funded Wardenclyffe. Pulled the funding the moment he understood it would transmit power for free. You can't meter free. The tower was demolished in 1917.
Tesla's core position was that ether exists, a medium that fills all space and carries electromagnetic waves. Einstein removed ether from physics in 1905. Tesla spent the rest of his life saying Einstein was wrong, not from ignorance, from experimental results. The scientific establishment chose Einstein. Tesla's results went into classified files.
One physicist says ether doesn't exist, wins the Nobel Prize. The other builds things with it, gets his papers seized. Giggity. Science isn't supposed to work that way.
Removing ether closed off an entire category of physics. Results that include transmitting energy without wires, propulsion without fuel, and according to Tesla's own writings from 1907 and 1908, deliberately causing a catastrophic event by transmitting energy at a remote target.
Wait, what?
June 30th, 1908, fella, Tunguska, Siberia, 10 to 15 megatons, 2,000 square kilometers of forest flattened, no crater, no meteorite fragments, explosion above ground, not on impact. In 1907 and 1908, Tesla wrote about the destructive potential of his transmitter. Researchers noted that if you draw a line from Tesla's New York laboratory toward Ellesmere Island, where he planned to demonstrate his transmitter to Admiral Peary, that line continues directly into Siberia, to within miles of Tunguska.
Tunguska has never been satisfactorily explained. Aerial detonation, no impact debris, radial pattern of fallen trees consistent with the directed energy source above the site. Tesla biographer Mark Cypher reviewed the chronology and concluded Tesla had motive and means to cause Tunguska. The timing, the target line, the transmitter power, none of it has ever been formally addressed by mainstream physics.
He built a transmitter in New York powerful enough to hit Siberia. Giggity, and apparently it worked.
That's a massive claim that Tesla caused Tunguska.
Tesla believed he caused it Cleveland. His biographer Mark Cypher concluded the same. Motive, means, and timing all aligned.
He also described a flying machine in his published notes, a device that would interact with the medium of space itself. No fuel, no combustion. He abandoned it when World War I started. He refused to build something that would be weaponized.
Tesla invented a weapon that destroyed part of Siberia, invented a fuel-free aircraft, then buried both because he didn't trust humanity with them. Giggity, and we named a car brand after him.
That mechanism explains UAP behavior. Instant acceleration without inertial effects. Direction changing changes at impossible angles, no visible propulsion. If you're interacting with the medium itself, none of those observations violate physics. They violate the physics built on the assumption that ether doesn't exist.
Tesla didn't fail, fella. He succeeded at something so dangerous and so economically inconvenient that 2 suppression systems activated simultaneously. The scientific establishment removed the theoretical framework. The financial establishment cut the funding. When he died, the government arrived before the body was cold. The papers went classified. Some still are.
The man who lit up the world died alone in the dark, and his files are still classified 80 years later. That's not giggity.
Thank you, Black, for the video.
4 different
Yo, when y'all really dig deep down in that rabbit hole, man, that man had a lot of stuff that would have changed the course of humanity. And they just, man, everything over here is, entertainment purposes only, man.
Species of aliens. Another scientist called them greys, Nordics, insectoids, and reptilians. All of them have 2 arms and 2 legs, just like us.
To my mother, this is on the news. And I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say before you even start anything, because you so damn anti-Trump you can't help yourself. I know exactly what you're going to say. You're going to say Fox News. Bro, what I'm getting at, don't let it elude you. What I'm getting at is that they're putting alien information on the news, mainstream news. When I was coming up, when you would let me watch Unsolved Mysteries, the only time I really got into it was when abductions and all that stuff, right? But they said all of that was hogwash. Now they got a whole damn lineup of what aliens are here. Explain that, mama.
Experts speculate the reptilians are scaly with long tails like a lizard. Insectoids look like a praying mantis. The greys look like your classic movie alien, and the Nordics look like a regular Swedish guy, but 7 feet tall. We haven't seen the evidence, but Pete Hegseth says more evidence is coming, and there are a lot of believers in Congress.
I have seen evidence in a skiff that leads me to believe there are things we cannot explain, and I have observed things that are of non-human origin and creation. That's my...
And you're going to say she lying, right? You're going to say she full of shit, right? All right.
Opinion.
Releasing the files isn't easy. They've been hidden for years, and a lot of people want to keep it that way.
And by the way, the person you hate so much is the person pushing for these files to be open.
The problem we have right now is the deep state's fighting the president on release, and he kept his word, and I suspect some of our not so friendly comrades and some of our alphabet agencies are slow walking a lot of the information. It's about power, it's about control.
Yeah, they're going to slow walk. They don't want us to know the truth. They've never been, how they say? They've never been transparent. I don't give a damn who's sitting in this chair. Trump, fucking Bush, goddamn. None of them niggas been transparent, man. None of them, bro. They can't. Because they all took an oath. And once they took the oath, you all know how that go. None of what I'm saying is true. Everything I'm saying is made up. You know, come on, YouTube. Come on. I'm not a congressman. What do I know?
That's kind of what runs Washington.
So why is our own government fighting so hard to keep these secret? Well, a dozen scientists have either gone missing or died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's up with that, Ma? Oh, here we go. You gonna come up with another thing to that, or you gonna put that on Trump too? You gonna put that on the Republicans? That's the Republicans killing off their own. That's what that is, bro. You gotta let that go. You seriously gotta let that go, man. Cause they all work together. You gotta let that go, man. Because they all work together because they know all of them exist. And they know all of them can whoop their ass. So come on, man. Come down here. Come down here. Because you floating in the clouds. Come down here, man. It's cool down here. You heard? And when you get down here, and this is why I represent it to the fullest. When you get down here to the bottom of the bottom, you leave all of that bullshit away. That's what I mean when I be repping the bottom of the bottom. You leave the bullshit where it's at. You're not going to indoctrinate me. No, I don't want indoctrination. I want you to show me what you're talking about, man. Prove what you're saying is real, man. You know what I'm saying? But we got a government that will hide stuff like this for years. For years. And then they'll come out with it later. Talking about something, yeah, we did all our testing and studies, now y'all can have it.
Now, we don't know if that's related, but people are
Thank
scared
you, Apple.
to talk.
One I thought was going to do an interview, and then a couple days before sent me a message saying, after further consideration and long talks with my wife, I decided I'd be forfeiting my life if I participated in your interview. And I thought that was like very...
Now you see what I'm saying? I'm going to die if I tell you what I'm going to tell you. But I'm going to get into some other things, man. I'm going to get into some other things.
Unsettling message to get, obviously, but also very specific word choice, you know, forfeiting my life.
Huge shout out to Titan for the next couple of videos I'm about to show.
Israel won in Kentucky today, so we're all screwed. And if you're a Republican, you're screwed even harder. So Tom Massey was going against Ed Galrein. Ed Galrein got $16 million from the Israeli lobby. The mainstream media right now is hilariously ignoring that Israel bought this seat. They 100% bought it. Donald Trump helped them. Why? Because they also gave him over $300 million.
Ooh.
He hated that Massey had released some of the Epstein files, and the Epstein files implicate Israel. And he hated that Massey wouldn't go along with a war in Iran for Israel and more funding for Israel. The Ed Galrein is a sock puppet for a foreign government. They 100% gave him that money because he said that he would unconditionally support Israel. He will support Israel over America. And now all the Republicans will be scared and they'll all vote with Israel.
Man, the world we living in today is so backwards. It's expensive.
That's crazy. That is so but then, you know, it goes to the story of how politics is played, man. It's all a game, man. It's all a stage, and they got to play the game, man. Play the game.
So to eat healthy, but it's cheap to keep.
But I will say this, and I don't care what YouTube do or anybody else do. Us throwing our life away for Israel is fucking retarded. I'm really a firm believer, and this is just me. This has nothing to do with YouTube or YouTube and blah, blah, blah. This is my thoughts. This is how I feel. In my mind, I feel like there's two things that are too powerful in the world we live in. And that's the Vatican. You're way too powerful. If you can hold on to secrets that the government can't get from you, you're too powerful. Any government can't get it from you, too powerful. Who are you? You're too powerful. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. That's too much power. You know what I'm saying? Yo, anybody that think that that's not what's happening, that's what's happening, man. That entity has too much power. Now, look on the other side. Look at the other side. The other side that has too much power is just Israel, period. Jews, period, have too much power. These are the two powerful players that I'm saying run our world, and these two players are actually fighting against each other. You understand what I'm saying? For supreme superiority. So with that being said, bro, yo, they have too much power. And we have to let it go, bro. We have to let it go, bro. Have to let it go. You've been riding this Holocaust thing forever, B. You've been riding that. You know what I'm saying? Let it go, bro. Let it go. You want us to let slavery go? Let it go, bro. You've been riding that. That's a wave y'all been riding forever, B. Let it go. Nobody feels sorry for you anymore, bro. Nobody feels sorry for the wicked shit you do. Look at what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Look at the way you going about doing things, man. There's nothing righteous about what you doing. It's not how you move. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is all entertainment purposes only. Everything I just said was a straight up lie. And I don't know, man. I be talking crazy. Man, y'all know what's going on with me. Y'all know what it is, man. I stay high, man. I'm just high.
Kill yourself. You got out here getting married while the loyal people get over and cheated on. The price of living go up, but the minimum wage stays the same. Working for billion-dollar companies, but getting in pennies. You know what I'm saying? Real die young. You know what I'm saying? Get sent to jail while the rats and fake flourish in life and they get praised. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
What is it about this world? You know, we fight wars that ain't got to do with us. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't I just say that?
We don't know who to vote for. You know, we just don't know what's in our best interest. All we are is just a whole bunch of citizens trying to make it on our own, trying to make it for our family. We don't know what these people in higher power got going on. We just got to trust that they making the right decision. We just out here trying to survive. But everything's so backwards. Nobody got morals. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got realistic standards. And everybody want to take from everybody. Like, what the is going on?
What is going on?
People out there, and the people that stand on business, they get looked at like they crazy, but the people that actually talk crazy get looked at like they're genius.
He talking.
It's really social media. Social media is a gift and a curse. The social media is supposed to be for networking, getting to know people. Now that's a cheating show, criminalizing each other, self-incriminating each other on there. Like, what the? Everything is so backwards.
So in a huge day for Google, they just told you they're not a search company anymore, and I'm going to bet that you know what kind of company it now is. The Google Developer Conference happened today. It's called Google AI I/O, and it was just AI mania. Launches, product demos, everything was about agents, automation, and AI. And the big spoiler is, bittersweet, the search bar that you know and love is getting a major transformation. So the launch density and volume was just dizzying, and this is simply day one. They announced a new model, a personal AI agent, different AI smart glasses, a video generator, a Mythos competitor, and then they closed the keynote by saying that AGI is on the horizon. Everyone just applauded something that a couple years ago would have been like a massive thing to say. I want to break this all down for you so that you don't have to watch hours of content where the words Gemini and AI start to lose all meaning. You're welcome. So first, Gemini Spark. This is the big one. This is Google's personal AI agent. It runs on a virtual machine in Google's cloud, meaning it works even when your laptop is shut, your phone is in your pocket. This is their answer to OpenClaw and Claude Cowork. It's your full-time 24/7 executive assistant, like your Don Draper. It's your secretary, but with less misogyny.
Yo, look at her. She look like she confused.
It reads your Gmail, your calendar, your files, your photos.
Everything.
It plans tasks. It breaks them into steps, and it does them while you're asleep.
Yes,
Something
it
that's
does.
obviously built into the whole concept here is that it encourages you to use the Google universe more. Google Apps, Google Drive. That is the database that it works from. Google wants this to be a thing that runs your life for $100 a month, and they want you to remember that that's cheap for an executive assistant that doesn't sleep and doesn't have mental breakdowns that we know of yet. Beta launches for AI Ultra subscribers next week, and there's a full rollout.
I'm gonna pay $100 for you to spy on me.
Oh, wow. Obviously, there are definitely privacy and security questions about an agent getting all of your data and your credentials, but Google did not address this in the keynote, so they get the keys to all your data for $100 a month. You get to let your brain slowly atrophy as a computer runs your life. And then there's Gemini 3.5 Flash. This is the engine underneath everything else that Google announced today. It's going to be 4 times faster than competing frontier models, cheap enough that Google can run it on every single search without going broke. That is the real breakthrough. You can't put AI on 2.5 billion searches a month unless it's fast and cheap and works. 3.5 Flash is all 3 of these. Here's the detail that's the most bittersweet of the day. 25 years of internet history kind of end today. Google changed the search bar. They physically expanded it for the first time since 2001.
I don't know nothing about this.
The little rectangle that we've been typing into since we were kids is now taller, more interactive. It accepts photos and videos as queries. They are redefining the search bar. It's now a chat window. Keeps the old name. Google's exact words where Google search is AI search. Not includes AI, not uses or enhanced by AI. Google search is AI search. Years ago, Google was processing 9.7 trillion tokens a month. Today, it is 3.2 quadrillion. Sundar Pichai said he never imagined he'd say the word quadrillion at an I/O keynote. Frankly, I thought that was a fake word made up by second graders who wanted to express that something was really big. So also news to me. A lot of people have said that AI makes Google obsolete because you don't need pages of data anymore. But Sundar Pichai clarified today that when people use our AI-powered features in search, they use search more. That's the business model that they want you to remember from this whole day, is that AI doesn't replace search. AI makes people want to search more. AI is good for Google. They want you to get rid of any thought in your mind that they're going to be left behind, part of the permanent underclass in the world of AGI. More searches means more ads means more money. Google's annual profit has doubled since 2022 to $132 billion. Probably my favorite launch of the day.
Nah,
was
it's
Gemini
not. It's
Omni,
not. It's not
which is
great.
basically video generation. So Google built what's being called a world model, so that AI doesn't simply generate clips, but it understands physics, space, how objects move. That is the way that you create truly powerful video footage, 3D objects moving through space. Demis Hassabis demonstrated it live. They're entering a fairly open market. OpenAI killed Sora and backed away from video generation because it was a distraction. But now Google is here, and they're known for crushing their visuals with hyper-realistic Nano Banana image generation. Demos looked good. They would have really helped me visualize the mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell back in 7th grade. We will see how it holds up, because if you remember not too long ago, Google was telling you it was okay to eat rocks and glue pizza. That was 2 years ago. Trust is earned slowly.
Do y'all remember that?
Quickly. And then there's
I don't remember no shit like that.
If you've been following the Mythos story, the Anthropic model that scared the White House into
I don't know why her captions are off.
Google just announced their version of that. Essentially, CodeMender is a more helpful sounding version of the Mythos monster. It finds security vulnerabilities in software and patches them automatically. Hassabis invited security experts to test it. Anthropic's Mythos finds the problems, and essentially Google's CodeMender can find the problems and fix them. The cybersecurity AI arms race is heating up against a very beautiful backdrop in Mountain View, perfect for the advance of dystopia. And then they had 3 different smart glasses, actually I guess 4. Samsung Intelligent Eyewear has a built-in camera. Xreal Project Aura is somewhere between audio glasses and a full VR headset. There's a Gentle Monster collab that's basically fashion sunglasses with Gemini inside. And then there's Warby Parker, whose CEO told the crowd that he uses the glasses to help his 3-year-old daughter when she asks why about everything. So cute, so wholesome, but also we are outsourcing parenting to Google now.
That's exactly what's going on.
One demo showed someone who's ordering coffee.
That's what it looked like.
Glasses using voice, but also easy to imagine being misheard and tipping $30 versus $3. Another demo showed the glasses AI editing a photo in real time while you're still taking it. That's one way to tell your friend they look bad. Nothing's real.
Shit.
Everything is computer. Computer is now on your face. 4 companies, 4 styles, all shipping this fall, coming to a sunglass hut near you. One I actually really don't like is called Ask YouTube. It's AI that searches YouTube videos and pulls out the exact clip that answers your question. So instead of watching a 20-minute video to find the 30 seconds you need, you ask a question and it gives you the clip.
There's a
this
pro
will
to
most
that.
definitely make people watch less of every video, which is
She
going to
said
make
that.
every
But that's the
YouTuber
con.
nervous about their watch time. This makes me feel like we are that much closer to AI-generated YouTube slop, which I don't love. Demis Hassabis is the big AI mind behind Google DeepMind. He closed the keynote by saying AGI is now on the horizon. Now, this would have been controversial a few years ago, but it got a polite round of applause as part of the talking points before happy hour. What that means is that the most powerful technology humans have ever built is almost here. The audience just gave it a wedding toast clap. Cheers to the AI god. Google I/O has one more day, and they've already killed the skinny search bar, the only thing growing in the Ozempic era. What comes next? I don't know how much more I can take.
The company controlling 1/3 of
Yo, son, there was a lot packed in there. You gotta understand now. As far as when my homegirl over here made a comment about them being greedy, it's not greed. It's folding into. You gotta remember, this is business. You know what I'm saying? So if Nintendo would have fucking bend and did a little bit of extra shit and went with the disc and left the cartridges alone, if Nintendo would have did all of that, Nintendo would be here fighting with PlayStation and Xbox. The reason why they're not here fighting with them is because they decided, yo, we're not going to go that way, we're going to go a different way. And it didn't work out too good for business, and they brought their ass over here eventually. But what I'm saying with them, they already see the future that AI is taking over. So they know that they have to incorporate AI somewhere in Google. So once they do that, they're like, all right, fuck it. We're going to go get the money to maximize profits. Of course, at the end of the day, it's a business. I don't see nothing wrong with niggas using business tactics for business. It's business. That's what they do.
America's entire berry supply is proving profits over
You gotta be
Being able to buy
kidding.
berries at the supermarket year-round is not how nature intended this to be, and it's leading to some pretty alarming stats. The main region growing strawberries in California is the Pajaro and Salinas valleys of Santa Cruz County, and roughly 5,000 acres of pesticides linked to childhood are sprayed there every single year on fields directly adjacent to schools, homes, and playgrounds in these communities. Santa Cruz County now ranks second in California for pediatric care, with rates 38% higher than the state average. These pesticides have to be sprayed because growing the same crop on the same soil year after year builds up diseases that would otherwise wipe out the harvest. So instead of rotating the...
Meanwhile, that's why you're supposed to rotate it. Like, you see, I learned this from my grandfather, and I learned this from my aunt. You just, when you grow them like that, you have to let them die out. You have to let the soil replenish. You have to let all of that happen. You have to pick all that shit up. You know what I'm saying? You have to tear it all up. You know what I mean? Once you pick them and the season's over, you got to take up everything. Because you don't want the ground to... They say you don't want the ground to sour. That's what my grandfather used to say. You don't want the ground to sour. So you gotta pull it up so you keep the ground healthy. And you gotta, when it comes to like planting in your backyard, you wanna like rotate certain shit, and you wanna find the right shit to rotate with your shit. So like during one season you have something that's growing in that spot, and then when that season is up and you pick everything up and you plant something else there. So that replenishes your soil also while growing a new crop. Talk to your boy. I learned all of that shit in school. They don't even teach that good shit in school no more. You won't be seeing nobody with a Dixie cup of motherfucking grass coming home. They don't do that no more.
Fields like nature intended and eating fruit seasonally, they sterilize the soil with fumigants so the
And this is only happening because of you greedy bastards that want strawberries out of season. That's why this is happening. Because you bastards, the rich elite motherfuckers want to be like, yo, listen, strawberries ain't in season, but I'm going to get a strawberry today because I got money. You see what I'm saying? So now, it's like, oh, fuck, you ain't the only one that wants strawberries when they ain't in season. So now they give it to every fucking body. And this is what transpires through that. I have to accommodate you greedy bastards that don't understand seasons. You understand what I'm saying? Certain shit you can't get. You get watermelon only. Yo, when I was coming up, you only got watermelon in the summer because it didn't grow in the winter. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Duh. You got these certain grapes. These certain grapes. They only came out around spring. You didn't get them no other time after that. After that, it was over. You gonna get them now. You ain't gonna get them no more. Because they gonna be gone if they out of season. You see what I'm saying? Now everything is lab made and big factory. Yo, man, this shit is crazy. And you think this is bad? You should see the other video about them doing laser printing all this shit.
Culture can continue. The bottom line is year-round strawberries are the result of extractive farming practices and long-distance transportation. And the thing is, customers often report these strawberries are tasteless and mold within a day or two, which is a result of depleted soil and long hauls and moisture-trapped clamshell packaging. Long ago, I realized just how much better local in-season berries tasted, so I'm never looking back. I've found so many of these small-scale berry producers on the Localize app.
While you were sleeping, APAC...
And that's what I encourage all you to do. Go to your local farmer's market. Local farmer's market. Get local farm fresh foods. This pesticides they spraying on stuff. All of this stuff is geared to bring your vibration lower so that you can be... I'm high. What I'm saying is not true. I just be getting high.
Bought 4 more congressional seats last night, bringing her total for the 2026 primaries up to 105 elections bought. That's right, just in the primaries, a special interest lobbying group representing a genocidal ethno state bought 1/4 of Congress. 1/4 of Congress.
Everything's for sale, man. Everything's for sale, man. You know, millionaires have a saying, everything has a price. Billionaires have a saying of I'll buy the person that funds you. So billionaire mentality is I own the bank that you borrow from to start your business. Millionaire mentality is what I just said. You feel what I'm saying? So billionaires buy seats in Congress. Millionaires buy McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? You see the difference? So the millionaire that bought the McDonald's, you still gotta go through the banking system that the. No, man, don't let me go down this rabbit hole with y'all, boy. I get deep on it.
Already, just because they spend millions of dollars in primaries,
everything is for sale. What do you think is happening when you have people during the presidential election, right? When you have people that's donating their money to the race, right? What the fuck do you think is happening? They're buying their president. Everything has a price. Everything.
including in Kentucky's 4th Congressional District, where they spent $15 million unseating Thomas Massie. And they are spending all of this money because they are scared. The American people are noticing that our leaders aren't fighting for us. Costs are going up. There is a housing crisis. AI data centers are popping up everywhere in our country. And yet, our leaders care more about sending our tax dollars to a genocidal ethno-state than they are to giving us health care, or fighting for the working class, or protecting jobs, or busting up...
Okay, I have to stop people there when they say stuff like, because you got to remember, words have power. So when you say stuff, I try to think of everything you're saying as a reading. So nobody can see your face or expression, so they don't know what you know what I'm saying? So you have to, get what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me. It's been a long one. But anywho, yeah, that was some goddamn, what you call it? I just smoked. That was some dank. I got to roll me up a donkey. But look at here. What I'm saying is this, man. The way we live now, it's all about the dollar, bro. And if you don't believe that, like I said, I break everything down to the bottom of the bottom. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get a date now without a bitch hollering at you talking about something. What you getting me? Everything is about the dollar now. You know what I'm saying? So you could buy your freedom. You could buy a president. You can buy an election. You know, JFK, I love you.
Mega corporations,
They
or
don't care about
literally
that.
anything that will make our lives better. Instead,
Oh, and what I want to interrupt in is that they do give you everything you just said. You just can't fucking afford it.
they send their tax dollars to Israel and participate in a war in Iran that none of us wanted. The people are noticing that they are not working for them. So instead of actually letting the people have a say in their own elections, they're buying elections. They're rigging the voting maps. They're making sure that we, the people, won't be able to have our voices heard in this current
Facts.
two-party system. Because it
Anyway, it's going to be AI talking for you anyway. You going to go say some shit, but AI going to translate it.
the Democrats and the Republicans both serve corporations. They both serve
America is a corporation, young lady.
Israel. They care more about the interests of deep-pocketed donors than the working class who are struggling every single day, just trying to get by.
No, correction. They love the working class. Because without the working class working, what do you think they have to do?
In the United States of America, in a little over a month, it'll be our nation's 250th anniversary. We will celebrate a revolution against an oppressive British Empire. But we are being oppressed by our own government. Our tax dollars are being sent to another country that is slaughtering Palestinians by the hundreds of thousands, while they can't give us money for health care, or for better jobs, or for public transit, or for anything that will help us. And that, my
Hey, and let's not fake the funk, B. Let's not fake the funk, B. Jews hold the bread, B. Let's not fake the funk, B. So you want us to come over here and do all of this for you over here. What you giving me on the back end, bruh? Because y'all got it. So what you giving me on the back end? How about this? You want us to come over here and help you out, right? How about you wipe out all our debt so we don't owe no countries nothing? Nobody ever thinks about that. Nobody ever thinks about taking us out of debt. Like, nobody ever speaks about that. Like, we speak about billions of dollars for data centers, but nobody speaks about, yeah, maybe we should just give China their money.
friends, is why we need a new party. Why we need a second American Revolution of ordinary people stepping up to run for office in their local communities, working their way up, and creating a society where our values are heard. And we can get to a point.
We did that. You know what happened? Money happened.
Where we can overturn Citizens United. We will get to a point where lobbyists can't bribe our government anymore. We, the people, will have...
Listen, it's the same thing like when you, like, in my, because I do other entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I do music. So in my other realm of entertainment, it's the same thing in that. Motherfuckers will tell you that they gonna do this, they gonna do that, they be loyal, because you all down here broke. You ain't got nothing to, you all broke. You know what I'm saying? Now, when one of you niggas take off, motherfucking other niggas expecting more than he should be expecting. And then when he gets some shit, he don't even utilize that to fucking catapult himself to the catastrophe. No, he doesn't do that. He's still trying to lean on the motherfucker who got up out. Like, yo, bro. And then you wonder why the dude that got up out is like, yo, listen, bro, I'm not going back there to keep helping you fucking deadbeat niggas because you niggas ain't even doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're not bringing it back. You're not flipping it back. You're not doing none of that. But there was a time, right, when dudes, all right, boom. There was a time like when you knew a rapper that got signed. You knew he got signed in your neighborhood. How did you know that? Because he came and opened up a record store. He came and opened up a club. You get what I'm saying? In the neighborhood. You feel me? That was our give back. That's the give back. All right. I'm going to throw a business up there. I'm going to hire motherfuckers from here. And we going to get it bumping over here. Right? Now, dudes is so corporized that they not thinking about building something for their community where they came from. They thinking about expanding themselves. And then when you got the dude above you talking about, yo, listen, bro, don't do that. There ain't no money in that. I know it ain't no money in it. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it to big my people. But you have the upper hands to tell you, yo, ain't no money in that. I don't even know why you trying to do that. Nah, you want to open up. Nah, you don't want to open up nothing like that, son. Yo, son, I didn't see it happen. Dudes get sidelined for opening up stuff that's worth it. Like, dude, yo, I became a rapper. I got a little paper. I want to open up a business, but I don't want to open up that. I want to open up a nonprofit where I'm dealing with the disease of addiction. I want to contribute my money to that, to open up stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to open up rehab centers. I want to do that. I want to contribute to that, right? Then you'll have a motherfucker that's above you, Jew in a suit, that'll tell you straight up, ain't no money in that. There ain't no money in that. Like, you got a trajectory right now. You got a name right now. You got something you running on right now. Use that and open up. You could go back to that. Let's not do that now. Just use this now where you can open up this where you're going to generate a lot more wealth. And then you can help more. This is how the fuck they kill you. And then before you know it, you 8 businesses in and you ain't helped a motherfucking soul at home. But you got a whole bunch of money though. Because that's what he going to say to you at the end. He going to be like, yo, listen, bro, you act like you don't like this house. You act like you don't like this. Your bank account is up, right? I told you I was going to get you up, right? You up, right? See? And then once you get into that other side, now you got to go ahead and sign that contract. Now you're part of them. Now, once you become part of them, you can no longer go backwards because now you done already took the oath to become part of them. Do your homework on that Baphomet contract. I'm just telling y'all what it is with the money. With the money. Forget about everything else because you're thinking morally and morals don't hold up in business.
Access to our representatives, just like we should, because they don't represent Israel. They don't represent corporations. They're supposed to represent us. We will have a better world.
No one
only
represents
if we
you.
fight for it. And the Progressive Party is fighting for it every single day.
There's no
Please
fighting.
join us at progressforus.org.
3 different things happened within the last week that makes me think that AI is not going to be as prevalent in the future as everybody says it's going to be. The former CEO of Google was giving a graduation speech, and as soon as he mentioned AI, the entire graduation class just started booing him. Eric Schmidt, who is a multi-billionaire and appears on a certain list, thought it would be a great idea to mention AI in his speech over and over and over again. Now, this comes about a week after the students at the University of Central Florida booed their graduation speaker for also mentioning how AI is going to be the next, industrial revolution. It just goes to show that the people pushing AI are just so out of touch with reality. The second thing is that AI data centers are becoming more popular, but also AI data center bans are becoming more popular as well. A county in the state of Texas voted 3-2 to ban data centers for at least a year, which means within the last couple months, we've seen at least 70 data centers be either paused or banned outright. These data centers are wildly unpopular with people across the US, and it's really cool to see that people are standing.
You see, I got a problem with this whole narrative that he's running with right now. Only because we're not talking about broke people. We're not talking about startup companies. We're talking about trillionaires. You know what a gazillion dollars is? That's what we're talking about, bro. So do you have any idea what they're going to do? All right, let me explain something to you what they're going to do. Well, in my mind, my opinion. Now, this is just my opinion. All right, this is, if I was an evil billionaire, this is what I would do if I was Scrooge McDuck. All right, you're telling me you pausing all of this shit over here. You pausing all this shit over here. All right, bet. You don't want me to put in my data centers. All right, bet. Well, you're going to be the state that doesn't have the 6G. You're going to be the state that doesn't have the 6G. You're going to be the state that doesn't have the 6G. What the hell you think is going to happen then? You're going to fold because you're going to have the 6G to run all your businesses. You're going to have the 6G to lock in with everybody else to make the money. You see what I'm saying? It's no way out of it, man. Once you in it, man. There's no way out, man. You want out? Quit. There's no other way out, man. You're fighting a battle that's not gonna happen, son. You're fighting a non-winning battle, man. And then we talking about people that are able enough to put their bread together collectively and buy islands, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? They could buy islands off the coast and just build. The island ain't inhabitable for nobody but workers on the data center. It's a data center island. They can literally come to New York and decide, all right, bet. Y'all don't want us to have the data centers on the mainland? Fine. We're taking Star Island. And what you going to do is the government. It belongs to the government. All right, we're going to take Star Island. We're going to move all that shit that's on Star Island. We're going to tear the building. You know they love tearing down our history. We're going to tear down the buildings. We're going to move all of that shit to a museum somewhere. We're going to build a museum in Manhattan that y'all can go look at the book and do all that good shit. But this island is going to be a data center. Shit. If they wanted to and they really had the power, they got the power, they could fucking, because remember, eminent domain is eminent domain for the government, bruh. The government could eminent domain the whole island, nigga. The whole Long Island. He could eminent domain the whole Long Island. All right, Suffolk County, you're out of here. We taking all of that shit, leveling it all off, and we making the whole Suffolk County just a fucking data center. That's what's going to end up happening. It's going to be whole states that's going to be gone, or whole, like towns or cities that's going to be gone. And the only thing that's going to be there is a data center. You understand what I'm saying? Why do you think they're building all the smart cities? They're moving y'all niggas away from here. They can't do a reconstruction with people still there. Well, with a mass of people still there. And if you don't understand what I mean about a reconstruction, I suggest you go ahead and look at the great fires that done happened in our past. And go look at Tartaria and all of that. All right? For them to do a reset, they have to minimize the people that are there to a small fraction and then redo it. Some of y'all gonna still be here, have the knowledge of what it used to be. You gonna be walking around talking that shit like grandfathers do. Yo, I remember there used to be a big ass skyscraper right here. Yeah, it used to be. They tore it down. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. It's outside of your control. Voting will do nothing. You can't stop the wave that's already put in play. All you can do now is ride.
Up and saying, not in my backyard. The third thing, and this is kind of a curveball, but the animation studio Laika released a new trailer for their movie Wildwood. This movie is done with stop motion animation, which is obviously a very human involved art form. This movie took about 6 years to make, and already within a week, the trailer has amassed over 100 million views across social media. It's not really hard to put two and two together to see that people are craving human experiences over things that are artificial. Don't get me wrong, I love CG animation. I'm a 3D animator myself. But seeing something in stop motion that is just human driven and you can see the passion behind every single frame, it's just so cool to see in the age where things can be generated with a single sentence. So in short, yay humans, boo AI.
Big Brother isn't coming. It's already on your street. Yeah, I'm talking about those SWAT cameras that are now here. And you're probably thinking,
they've been doing all this.
Well, those SWAT cameras can dictate where you've been, at what time, and who you are. And police can use that information to get you in prison if they wanted to. So you might want to be careful when you're outside. There is a way for you to check whether or not you've been blocked, and it's called haveibeenblocked.com. But I do recommend using incognitobrowser.io when it comes to searching for this so that your data is not stored. But please let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below.
The devices that we carry on as data.
Yo, you want to know something, man? The whole trying to run away from, all right, because this is I'm gonna get to this point, because this is the part where I gotta talk about the whole chipped up thing. See, everybody was running away from this chip. Everybody's trying to run away. Everybody's trying to argue about privacy. Bro, if you got a flat screen, you ain't got no privacy. If you got a smart TV, you ain't got no privacy. If you got a fucking router, you ain't got no privacy. If you got a goddamn modem in your crib, you ain't got no privacy. If you're using Wi-Fi, you have no privacy. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that seriously, because I done already did it. I done already went to the websites. I done already went and did all the digging I had to do about that. That's why I'm not even worried about nothing else, B. There's nothing else to worry about. Yo, years ago they was talking about, there's a movie that Will Smith played in, right? Called Enemy of the State. In this movie, he explained how they use the satellites to read the time off your watch. This is the power they had in the 70s. Okay? So now with face recognition and the satellite, I don't understand why anybody gonna run. Just with that. Just with combining facial recognition with every satellite that you claim you can see niggas' time. You can look right into a person's backyard. You can do it yourself. Go on go on that Google Earth, and you can look straight down into a motherfucking car if you wanted to. You see what I'm saying? Now you can use that with the satellite with the CCTVs. Now you combine those. Now you looking from one angle that'll ship you straight to the CCTV in that area, whatever is using CCTV, whether door camera, whatever it is, you'll ping that, boom, and it can look directly at your crib from that camera. Done that too, cause them damn Ring cameras are CCTV. Done that. You understand what I'm saying? So with that, I'm doing that from my fucking seat right here. I'm doing that. So I know for a fact the government got some shit that's way more advanced, and that I know this motherfucker smarter than me. I ain't the brightest. I ain't no damn engineer. Like, come on. If I can do that myself, bro, you trying to ask and run for privacy, boy, the privacy you got in your head might be all you get, except for when you put the Meta glasses on. Because I'm a firm believer, you put them joints on, they going right to your temple. They going in your brain. They going right to your head. They trying to see your inner thoughts. You heard? But as far as they want to put a chip in us, nigga, you been chipped up. Do you know how many metals is running through your body right now? Like, literally, they are chemtrailing you with metals on a daily basis. Like, wake up. You're already computer. Bro, if you pay with your phone, you're already chipped up. You're already chipped up. If you have your ID in your phone, you're already chipped up. Bro, my great-grandfather used to say stuff like, if you have a fucking ID, you're already chipped up, bro. Like, you're already chipped up. You see what I'm saying? Now, you use a credit card, you definitely being followed. Now, you're using your phone for your tap. Now, you're using that phone. I can get that. I get the information. I get into your phone, right? How do I get into your phone? Data. I get into your phone data by your usage of your credit card that you put in your wallet on your phone, which gave me access to your phone. You already being followed. They already see you. You can't hide, bro. There's no level of putting on a goddamn shiesty is gonna work. You're not able to hide now. Big Brother has been watching you. Look at all the cameras around you, bro. I employ everybody to do this that watches me. I'm just curious. I just want those that watch me, just go outside, wherever you are, go outside, and I want you to see if you can see all the cameras that are visible. Take pictures of them and count them out. Tell me how many you see. Right where you are right now. I don't care if you're at a store. I don't care if you're at the bus stop. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're at your house. Walk outside your house and just look around. See how many door cameras you see. See how many Teslas you see. Bro, y'all niggas is all canned in camera a long time ago. Bro, we reached the end of another one. This one was a good one for me. I dig it. You know what I'm saying? And if you made it this far and you haven't done it, you know I'm gonna ask you what you're waiting for. Go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe and become a G like me and join the G Nation. And to all my G's and everybody else that can hear me, I need you to do this. I need you all collectively to do this. Not try to do it, but actually do it. Stay sucker free in this land full of lollipops. And I'm out.